I love you students. Is writing summary a tricky question for you? Well, I've got you covered in this video. So we're going to look at the summary writing, and this question came in 2024 English paper 2 for GCE. So this is question 3 with 20 marks. Read the following passage carefully and then answer the question that follows. So summary is where you are given a long passage and you're told to write a short passage, but you need to make sure that you maintain the meaning of the whole passage. So now, what is your first step? So the first step is make sure you understand the question. So let's first go to the given question. So question, we are told in not more than 155 words, explain. So the key is here, explain how the camel is well suited for desert areas. So what we want to see are reasons why a camel, an animal, is well suited for desert areas. We know what a desert is. A desert is an area without plants, an area where water is scarcity. So what features or qualities of a camel makes it suitable? How is it adapted to survive in an area such as a desert? So let's go to paragraph 1. Since we have understood the question, we can check from paragraph 1, and we'll first need to take the first step. So the first step is to identify the points. Then the second step will be we need to summarize those points. So I begin from paragraph 1. For millions of people living in the arid regions of Asia and Africa, the camel is the most important animal. So this is not a point. Of the two basic breeds of camels, the two-humpered Bactrian camel is the stronger. This is not also the point because they are just describing the two types of camel. Having longer and shaggier hair than the one-humpered Arabian camel, the Bactrian can endure the cold better. This is not also a point. Carrying a load of some 181 kilograms, this animal may cover a distance of 48 kilometers a day at a speed of 3 or 5 kilometers per hour. So from paragraph 1, no point. So remember, we want reasons why a camel is suited or is able to survive in areas like deserts. So let's check from paragraph 2. The camel provides food, clothing, and shelter. It's not a point. They are giving us the benefits of a camel to human being, but we want how the camel survives. It serves as a chief mode of transportation as well as drought animal for agricultural work. The camel's thick hair provides fine insulation from the hot sun during the day and from the cold sun. So here, this is the point why we have been taught the camel's thick hair. So the camel has a thick hair which provides fine insulation from the hot sun during the day and from the cold at night. So this is point number 1. And in most cases, a summary has about 7 points. So let's check passage number 3. Bare patches on the camel's chest and knees are present from birth and develop into tough, thick, leathery pads in a few months. As the animal rests on these pads, they protect the knees from the injury. So this is another point. So we are told the camel has pads which protect its knees from injury. So this is point number 2. Since the camel moves in 2 right legs forward at the same time and then 2 left legs, the ride is quite uncomfortable at a fast pace. They are just explaining the type of movement. The camel's feet consist of broad pads from each of which toes extend. When the animal walks, these pads, thus preventing the feet from sinking into soft, yielding desert sand. So this is another point. So point number 3, they are describing the type of pads the feet has and the benefits of those feet. So this is point number 3. Remember, for this point, we are just getting the points. Then after that, we need to summarize these points. Paragraph 4, the camel is not troubled by blowing dust and sand. Why is this? Well, the animal can close its long slits like nostril at will. In addition, heavy eyelid shields the eyes. What about the ear? Can they easily become filled with sand? No. The ears are small, far back on the head and covered both outside and the inside. So this is another point. So here we are looking at the camel is not troubled by blowing dust and sand because its long slit like nostril at will. Then number 2, they have eyelids shield the eyes. Then also they have small far back on the head and covered both outside and the inside of the ear. So from this point, we are told the nostrils, the eyes, and the ears are made in such a way that the dust and sand cannot blow inside. So this is point number 4. We move on to paragraph number 5. Camels may be seen pulling plows, turning water wheels for irrigation purpose, or plodding through the desert carrying heavy loads. This is not a point. Food possesses no problem for the camel. The lining of its mouth is so tough that the animal can eat the thorniest of plants without being injured. Then 2, its strong teeth enable it to eat almost anything. So this is a point. So they are talking about how the mouth is and the teeth and how those are adapted for feeding. So this is point number 5. Then camels are valuable to man as they are source of milk and cheese. That's not a point. The fat from their humps is used for butter. The camel's hump, weighing some 36 kilograms or more, serves as a kind of portable pantry from which food is drawn. So from which food is drawn. When the animal has to draw have on this stored up food supply. So this hump works like a storage of food as the camel is surviving or moving in the desert. So let's check the next paragraph. So paragraph 6, young camels may be slaughtered to provide meat that tastes something like veal. The camel's hair is woven into cloth and employed for clothing, blankets, and tents. The hide is used for making a variety of leather goods, including footwear and saddles. Even bones are not overlooked. When dry, they may be fashioned into a work of art. The animal dung may serve as a fuel. This is not a point, or in this paragraph, not a point. They are telling us the benefits or what we can benefit from such an animal. So let's check from paragraph number 7. When water is available, a camel may drink 19 to 26 liters a day. The remarkable feature, nevertheless, so this is a point, the remarkable feature, nevertheless, is its ability to get along for extended period without drinking water. It can retain water in its system and undergo considerable loss of moisture without experiencing ill effects. So this is explaining how the camel can survive in such environment without water. So it has like a container where water is stored as it is surviving in such areas. So this is point number 7. So from my observation, I have only seen about 7 points. So if you have more, please share in the comment section. Now, after this is done, what are we supposed to do? Are we just going to do copy and paste? The answer is no. So when the points are written down, after you've seen the points, you need now to make sure that you summarize the points, because connecting these points may also give us a longer passage. So from the point number 1, which words can we remove on? Word or words can we remove on so that we shorten out the number of words? So the camel's thick hair provides fine insulation from, I can remove the hot, then so that this remains as the camel's thick hair provides fine insulation from sunny day. We know that when it's sunny, it should be hot. And from, we're not going to repeat from, we'll just say cold night. So as we can see, we've summarized the first sentence. So in our writing, we'll just say the camel's thick hair provides fine insulation from sunny day and cold night. So let's write that point. So the camel is well suited for desert areas because it has hair, which provides fine insulation from sunday and cold night. So that is our point. So we've summarized it. So we go to the second point. So let's look at the point number 2. So point number 2, as the animal rests on these pads, they protect the knees from the injury. So point number 2 is telling us the importance of the pads and how they protect the knees from the injury. So how can we connect that sentence? So remember, we're now writing a summary, the actual summary. Remember to use your own words. So say, I'm not going to say the camel, we know what we're talking about. So we say it has the pads which protects the knees. So the knees, let's see for point number 2 if we can connect to this one, because from point number 2 we also looked at point number 3, the pads. So point number 3, when the animal walks, these pads spread, thus preventing the feet from sinking into soft. So Hilding will just remove this. So I'm going to connect this. So which protects the knees and prevents the feet from sinking into soft sand. So we have that. So let's now go to point number 4. Let's check what we can get from there. So point number 4, the passage explained about the long slit-like nostrils. Then we have heavy eyelid shield that shield the eyes and the small ears. So all the three parts are preventing dust and sand from blowing into, let's say, the brain or the head of this animal. So I'm going to write that one as one. So I'm going to say the nostril, the nostrils, then eyelids and small ears prevents the dust and sand from blowing inside. So as you can see, they explained each point one by one. They talked about the nostrils, one by the nostrils, then the eyelids, and the small ears. But what we have done now in this passage, we have connected the all three because they are almost talking about the same thing. So we move on to now point number 5. So we move on to point number 5. So point number 5, the lining of its mouth is so tough that the animal can eat the thorniest of plants without being injured. Then to its strong teeth enable it to eat almost anything. So this is all about feeding. So how can we connect the tough mouth and the strong teeth? So we need to make this one as one sentence, and we need to make sure that we summarize it as far as possible. So I'm going to say the tough mouth and strong teeth. Strong teeth enables it to eat anything. Okay, so let's go into point number 6. So point number 6, we are talking about the camel's hump. So the camel's hump serves as a kind of portable pantry from which food is drawn. So here we are just going to say it has a hump which serves as a portable pantry from which food is drawn. Then let's look at the last point. So the last point, the remarkable feature is its ability to get the long extended period without drinking water. It can. So for this one, we just say it has remarkable feature for storing water extended period. For extended period. So this is how we can write it. So I'm not saying you should write everything exactly like mine. You can write it maybe in different ways. So you can now count the words to see at least if you are falling under the required number of words. In case these words exceeds more, you can still summarize. You can still remove the words that you think are not necessary. So when counting, just make sure you count one by one. So let me try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. So 80, 81, 82. So I've summarized my passage in 82 words. So if maybe you think the words are too like small, you can expand it a bit more than this. So the key point is I've given you some ideas how this is done. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.